How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another Minecraft Bedrock Edition add-on. Today, we'll be taking a look at the newly added Jurassic World one that, of course, has a lot of rebirth things in it. So, all around, pretty darn exciting. I also get a guidebook, the Jurassic World add-on guidebook. Welcome to Jurassic World. This add-on includes many different dinosaurs from the Jurassic World movie franchise, including the latest Jurassic World Rebirth movie. Your purpose is to preserve the endangered species or dinosaurs by collecting their DNA. We hope you enjoy playing. Next page, tutorial. Getting an outpost. You have received a schematic to place a research outpost in your world. The research outpost is your base of operations. Also, make sure you have a sufficiently large flat area to place it. Once you make your way inside, interact with the outpost computer and continue the tutorial. Okay, I definitely don't want it in the snow because I don't like making bases in the snow. It's not my favorite thing. I want something that's a little bit more non-snowy. Oh, Dilophosaurus. Okay, I'm gonna go the other way. It's killing a chicken. It's killing a modern-day dinosaur. That's not good. So, okay, that confirms what I was going to say next. I was about to say, I wonder if the animals spawn naturally, and it looks like they do. So, oh, hello. You must be Corythosaurus, I reckon. Hi. Cool. Very nice. Nice model. Is that Morris Intrepidus? That looks like Morris Intrepidus with a more accurate size, because obviously they're pretty small in the movie. Obviously, I always assumed that they were just juveniles in the movies, but every time we see one, it's like a Dilophosaurus situation where it's like we see them multiple times and they're consistently small. So it's like it's difficult to gauge what size they truly are. Like, did they have the intention of making them larger, or did they have the intention of just making them small? Ooh, what do we have here? Oh, that is T-Rex if I've ever seen one. Wow. Look at those animations. That's crazy. Of course, towards the end of this video, we'll probably switch to creative and make sure we check out every single mob. But for now, I just kind of want to mess around a little bit and just kind of play it the way that it wants you to play it. But obviously, we'll check out the different mobs because that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So far, from what I'm seeing, if you want like a faithful Jurassic World add-on, this is a good one to buy because, of course, you do you do need to buy it on the marketplace. That is so sick. Like, that looks just like a Jurassic World T-Rex. Ah. Wait, I wonder. Hold on. If I hold still, can you see me? If I hold still, it just murdered that rabbit. If I hold still, can you see me? I'm going to knock that down as a maybe. Okay, this is taking forever. I'm going to switch to creative mode real quick to just so that we can fly to a better area. Holy moly, I spawned in the mother of all snow biomes. What the fudge? I would have been walking for ages. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. We've left the snow at least, and there's a regular forest. We'll go to the regular forest, and we'll kind of like set up shop over there. Actually, even better, set it up in that forming plains biome right there with the village on it. Cool. Okay, I was going to say that we'll set it up like right there with the village, but I kind of want to set it up over here. That way I look like I'm like the crazy scientist who just kind of like lives with brachiosaurs, apparently. Oh, whoa. Wow. Okay. This is way more than I expected. I'm Biosyn. Oh. Research outposts, and I can't really read the rest. Okay. How does one... There we are. There we go. Research outposts. Click on the computer to continue. Okay. There's way more to this than I had initially thought. So, okay. That must be a tranquilizer. Yeah, tranq shooter. With some darts. Can I, like, click on it again and get more darts? No. Okay. T-Rex. It's a resource depot. This is my workbench. So I could create more tranquilizer darts. I guess I'll make a few more. And the whole goal is to get some DNA. And we could probably get some DNA from the brachiosaurs that are right outside currently. So we'll probably do that. Okay, let's get going. Let's get some DNA from the brachiosaurs. Oh, I see. Okay, load it up and then... Okay, so now what? Did I collect the DNA? I want to shoot it again. Oh, Giganotosaurus. And a lot of witches. Hey, Zeb, can you, like, kill all these mobs? The witch gave me slowness. The witch gave me slow. Okay, the Giga doesn't see me. We're okay. Oh my gosh, look at that. Wow. Crazy. Like a mini Godzilla, really. Ooh, gave me armor. Thank you for the armor, Zambi. Well, I shot it twice with a tranquilizer dart. Tranquilizer typically means you're trying to knock them out. So, ow! The Brachiosaurus didn't go to sleep, so there's that. Oh, I see. So like that, and then we get a fence pylon. Go like that, and then I'll make a mob crate. Okay, so I think that's most of the materials I need to make. Obviously, I think I need more fence pylons because I can place those down and outside and place down an enclosure. So I can place that, and then I can place, I see how it does this. Okay, I can place like this one, except it wants me to do it in a flattened area. And we could do that. That creates an enclosure. Now that we're all caught up on the tutorial, we're going to try to get the Giganotosaurus. Okay, we got it. It is now asleep. Oh, wait. It just woke up after like 2 seconds. Maybe it needs multiple. Sleep. 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 Okay, so I can pick it up with...
Dino secured. Heading back now.
with the invisible helicopter, and then you bring it back and you interact with the pylon, which this is a pretty small pylon for Giganotosaurus, but drop Dino. Drop off here. There it is. All right. So, yeah, that's pretty much how it works. That's how the game works. DNA extraction. Cool. So that's basically how it works. Yeah, that's how you collect DNA and everything. So you can get a Giganotosaurus in here. So that's the basics of how the game is played. Pretty fun overall. I think you can like put a decent amount of time into it. It adds a nice little challenge. But now let's go ahead and check out the rest of the extinct creatures in this add-on. Okay, so yeah, there's a decent amount of creatures to spawn in here. So we'll go ahead and I'll pause the recording real quick, and then we'll get them all spawned in, or I'll get the eggs all situated, and we can start spawning them. What is that? Real quick, what is this? What are you? What the heck is that? Are you like a Placerius or a Lissovicia? If that's Lissovicia, then that is exactly how I'd expect the Jurassic franchise to design it. That is exactly how I'd expect them to design a Deinodon like that. Anyway, let's get into it. Okay, we have them all in here. You can already see the Ceratosaurus over there. But we'll go ahead and we'll get looking. We'll look at these things. We'll check them out. All right. First is a Troceraptor. Oh wow, that looks pretty interesting. Doesn't quite have like the same colors that the Atrociraptors have in the movies, of course. The Atrociraptors, they come in a few different colors. None of them are really quite brown. Also, the skull is not nearly as robust, I suppose. That's interesting. That's quite interesting. I'll check out the Allosaurus. Ooh. Oh, I like this better than the Jurassic World version. It has like really red crests and more of a gray coloration rather than blue, I suppose. That looks pretty cool. I kind of like that one. Still not crazy about the osteoderms, but still pretty cool. What are you? What are you? Seriously, what is this? I didn't grab any egg that said what this was. Hold on a second. No. No. Unless I missed it. I might have missed it. I don't know. But you are something. Iguanodon next. Oh my gosh, I did not do that. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. It's got the huge arms. It's got the whole huge bulk of it, except for the neck's pretty thin. That's quite decent. I think it looks better than the one in Dominion. Microceratus. Oh, that's nice. I like the colors on this fella. Got some nice coloration going on. And again, the animations on these guys are... Oh. Like I said, the animations on these guys are really good. Like, I really do quite like the way that they move around. Feels very real, all things considered. Rebirth Spinosaurus. So obviously it's going to be distinct from the later JP3 Spinosaurus that is going to make it. Oh. Oh. Whoa. That is huge. That is huge. It's pretty cool, though. It's pretty cool. It's got the tail. The colors look really cool in this one. Long legs. But the huge arms that are breaking, I like that though. I kind of like that. I think that's kind of cool. Yeah, I kind of like it. I don't know what it is about it, but there's something about the overall like way that the model's shaped that I think is kind of cool. So yeah, I like that one. That one's kind of up there for me. We already saw the Gallimimus. They look pretty good. They look pretty accurate to their on-screen appearance. They're also huge, very much like Gallimimus was. We saw a few Ceratosauruses in the distance. Again, they have that coloration, and they have like the very, very rounded head. It's so weird. That is a weird shaped head. Not much in the way of lacrimal crests either, but they do have the nasal crest. That is an interesting shape for your head, my friend. That's so cool. But yeah, and then it's got the coloration down too. Therizinosaurus, I'm curious about this. Oh my gosh. What is with that tooth? That's so insane. Oh no, run, little Gallimimus. Run. Uh-oh. Wow, that is a tough Gallimimus. But yeah, that's the Therizinosaurus. Very crazy. Stegosaurus. Kind of curious to see how this looks. Oh my gosh, I did not mean to place that much. Oh wow. Huge feet, which I've noticed for most of the, yeah, see? I want to talk about big feet. The plates look pretty good. And it's got like the smaller neck, similar to how they do in the movies. I like this one's colors though. Corythosaurus, we saw one of those walking around. It looks pretty good. They don't really have colors that are too faithful to their on-screen counterpart, but they still look pretty good in terms of their shape anyway. Apparently I had 2 Corythosaurs. Morris, I believe we saw you. Yeah, I do like how Morris is bigger in this. I think that's pretty cool. Zootoceratops. Oh my gosh, you are huge. What the fudge, you are huge. Jeez, you are freaking huge. Man, you are massive. Why are you so massive? You look good though. I like the way the frill looks. I like how the way that they did the curvature of the frill. Something about that just scratches my brain correctly. But the horns look good, and then the giant nose looks pretty decent. Yeah, pretty cool. And then this is Spinosaurus, just called Spinosaurus. This is likely the JP3 Spinosaurus. If it's not, then I'll be surprised. Why don't we put you next to your cousin, I guess. Ooh, those colors translate very nicely, I think. They did really good with that. Wow. And they fight. They fight. They're fighting. They are fighting each other. Who's gonna emerge victorious? Who's gonna win this thing? Rebirth Spino or JP3 Spino? Only time will tell. These two can really take a beating. I'll tell you that. They have merged into one. It looks like a 2-headed hybrid of a Spinosaurus thingy. These guys are strong. A Gallimimus just died over there. And the Rebirth Spino wins. Holy moly. In a way, it kind of seemed like the Rebirth Spino was larger than the JP3 Spino in this. Because it's a lot more bulky. So it kind of felt like it was heavier, which would make it larger. Next up, we have Baryonyx. Ooh, let's see how it looks. Oh my gosh, it's huge. It's huge. Jeez. Everything's so big, man. Look at that. I mean, it's very much the Jurassic World Baryonyx, which makes sense. This is a Jurassic World add-on. I like the way that they did the colors on it, though. I like that blue, that specific blue. Very cool. Velociraptor. Okay, we got blue. We got blue. We got blue. We got nothing but the blue coloration. Dang, I was kind of hoping like if you spawned in multiple, you can get like different variations of their on-screen appearance. You know, like JP3 Raptors or the Lost World Raptors or maybe Blue, Delta, Charlie, Echo. I think that'd be kind of cool. Parasaurolophus. Wow, you are tiny. You are tiny. Holy moly. Holy smokes. You should be bigger than like Zootoceratops, but you are tiny. Unless I'm only getting like young ones, which it doesn't look like it. Run, Parasaurs! Run! Okay. Mutodon. This is the hybrid from Rebirth. Wah. Oh, you are huge. That looks good, though. That looks very accurate to its on-screen appearance. The only thing is it probably doesn't have much of a beak. Then maybe it does. It is a little bit curved like a beak and kind of has a different shade. That looks good, though. That looks very, very close to its on-screen appearance. That's... wow. I wonder where they spawn specifically. You know, it'd be kind of cool to come across them in the wild. That is very cool. Okay, we have Sinoceratops here. Yeah, that looks pretty accurate to its on-screen depiction. Not a fan. Pachycephalosaurus. Oh, what? Wow, that looks a lot more like the Stygimoloch. It's got like a little bit of a horn. Why has it got a nasal horn? That's so interesting. I love the green though, and I love the way that its noggin looks. Looks pretty dang good. And see, that looks just like Stygimoloch. Maybe they're kind of like linking into the idea that Stygimoloch is simply just a growth stage of Pachycephalosaurus. Dilophosaurus, it is bigger in this, which is good. A little bit closer to its real life size. Do your guys' they do. The frills do come out. That's cool. Which makes sense. They probably spit at things too. Oh my gosh, it is a madhouse here. Dimetrodon. Ooh. That's very accurate to its on-screen appearance as well. Complete with the T-Rex head, which is not very Dimetrodon-like. They do have lips, though. That's pretty cool. Very nice. Triceratops, huge. Wow. What's interesting about this one is it certainly looks like more vintage paleo art, more so than like even Jurassic World, I'd say. Because like, look at that tail. It's basically dragon and very sloped. Oh, come on, you could be an Allosaurus. We already saw the Giganotosaurus. Looks pretty accurate to its on-screen depiction. Titanosaur. Ooh, how big is this going to be? Holy moly. Holy moly, that is epic. That is epic. It even has its long, thin tail. Not nearly as long and thin as it is in the movie, but wow. And the fins on the back of its head and the fins at the base of its tail. That is huge. But look how big the Baryonyx is compared to it. Obviously, the Baryonyx in the franchise is not that big, but man, that is insane. Oh, it looks pretty good. I like the way that the feathers look. And as they walk around, it sounds like they're walking on tiles. That's cool. I like them. They turned out good. The compies, yeah, that's pretty much how you'd expect them to look. Get a lot of those running around. Maybe we can crash the game. And then this is our final row. I'm kind of thinking that big hefty guy that we were looking at earlier might be Lystrosaurus, because that is like the only Dicynodont that I grabbed, and obviously Lystrosaurus is in the movie, in which case they made it huge in this. Lystrosaurus was a pretty small fella. Brachiosaurus, we saw some of you. You guys come in different colors, like some greens, and I think I saw some brown ones. Maybe I'm wrong. I won't spawn anymore. Yeah, there's that one with some patterns. These guys don't have patterns. T-Rex, we saw you. You look great. Very good animations. Look very much like the on-screen appearance. Lystrosaurus. I'm going to save that for last just to see if... Well, actually, no. We'll do a second to last. Pyroraptor. Oh, yeah, that looks accurate to its on-screen appearance. Love the feathers. Feathers look good. Got that nice striking red coloration. That's pretty detailed, all things considered. Carnotaurus. Curious about this. Ooh. Look at it go. Yeah, it looks pretty decent. Again, looks pretty accurate to its on-screen appearance, which most of these do. And Kylosaurus, let's see, is it the Jurassic World one or the JP3 one? Dang, Jurassic World. Again, they look, which the JP3 one looks similar to the Jurassic World. I'm just talking about the colors. I love the colors of the JP3 one. But they just have like a huge slope to them that remind me of vintage paleo art, which is so fascinating. And then there's feces. Yeah, you can spawn that. Okay. And then second to last, I guarantee Lystrosaurus was that big guy. Yeah, geez, why is it so big? Why is it so big? It's like a mutant Lystrosaurus. Lystrosaurus was not that big of a Dicynodont. I'll tell you what. It's got like a frill, too. It's like a Triceratops Dicynodont. I thought for sure this would have been like Lissovicia or something, because Lissovicia is a bit closer in size to this. That is so insane. Anyway, and then one of the stars of the show is the Distortus Rex. Let's check out how that looks. Ooh, huge. They took the helicopter grabbing size, I think. That looks great, though. That looks very accurate to its on-screen appearance, which is something I've said a lot. No, that looks really good, though. They killed it with that one. It's even like walking around on its knuckles and everything, all 6 of its limbs. That looks really good. Yeah, I think that one turned out pretty good. I think that they did good with that one. All of these look really good, really. Like some of them I'm not crazy about. I don't really like the shape of the Ceratosaurus' skull, but everything else looks pretty dang good and pretty accurate to its on-screen appearance. Obviously not paleontologically accurate, but considering the fact that this is a Jurassic World add-on, I think that's to be expected. But I don't understand why the Lystrosaurus is so big. It is huge. It is just huge. That is just so insane. But a lot of them look really good. I like the way the Spinosaurs turned out. I like the sauropods. Did the Titanosaurus die? No. Titanosaurus lives. They look really good. A lot of the Allosaurus looks pretty dang good. There's some good ones here. This is a pretty fun add-on overall that I think you'd have a lot of fun with, especially if you're just playing it with like the whole collecting the DNA route and you're trying to find these guys like Pokemon or something like that. So very fun, pretty cool models. If you want to get a good Jurassic World experience, I think that this is a good route to take. Yeah, I had fun with it. So that's pretty much all I have for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching and have an awesome day.